I have been, I actually purchased a pair of Beats by Dre from this guy on Craigslist. I purchased them for actually not that much cheaper than the actual price that they were retailed, which is kind of unnerving considering I bought a fake pair. And I figured that out because of the build quality and a couple of other features. Um, Today I actually went in and bought a real pair from Best Buy. It's actually still got the wrap on it. So I'm going to do a quick comparison. I actually did look at a couple of other videos on YouTube to try to figure out if the beats that I was buying were fake, and the counterfeiters have actually gotten so good at making these beats seem as authentic as possible that it's really hard to figure out the difference. So we're going to do a quick comparison to see exactly what the differences are, both in the packaging, the build quality, any signs that you can find on the headphones, and the sound quality. So the box on your left is going to be the fake one, and the box on your right is going to be the real ones. Alright, so I'm going to quickly take this out of the packaging for you. Alright. So immediately from the front cover, you're gonna notice that the real pair, the headphones on the headphones on the front are a lot lighter colored. On the fake pair, it's gonna be a lot more contrasted. This is gonna appear a lot more white, and also on this, you can see a light reflection on the left side of the B that you can't see in this because it's too highly contrasted. So that's first difference you see just from the cover right there. Alright, so on this side, we're going to turn the boxes over really quick. This is probably the most talked about thing on YouTube. However, it's not exactly true. Is that the face of Dr. Dre on the real is going to be a lot lighter and clearer, and on the fakes it's always going to be dark like this. However, I have come across a few boxes that were real and had this picture of Dr. Dre on them, so that can't be your only factor in deciding whether to determine whether it's real or not. However, but in this situation, it was correct. The fake pair was darker. You can't see his face or the left side of his face very well at all. On this picture, it's definitely a lot clearer. You can absolutely tell. Another thing that I was told would be an indicator that it was a fake pair is if on the bottom it has a beatsbydre.com, and then it has a down slash, and then it says monstercable.com. How I was told that the fakes would not have the down slash, they would have a forward slash, but that's not true. It's a down slash, just a straight line in between the two URLs on the fake and on the real. So both of them have that font. On the back, you won't really be able to tell anything really significant on the back if you don't have both of them next to each other. If you don't have the real and the fake, basically they look almost exactly identical on the back. The writing is a little bit larger on the fake than it is on the real, and you're gonna have a little bit of lighter coloring on the font than on the fake section. So the real one will have a little bit of lighter font. On this side, the most significant thing that I noticed is the picture of the headphones on the bottom of both. On the real pair, just like the picture of Dre and just like on the front cover of the headphones, you're going to see a lot more contrast on the fake ones than on the real ones. So these headphones on the fake are really hard to see. On the real, they're a lot easier to see, and it's a lot less contrast. It's a lot of lighter colors. Otherwise, again, almost exactly the same. I can't really tell any differences. Maybe the font is a little bit smaller on the real pair, but like I said, you're not going to be able to identify that if you don't have both of them side by side. So that's it for the covers, so I'm going to open them up really quick and show you what's inside. Yeah. All right. So we have the both boxes. This is just pulling the covers off. You're not gonna be able to tell anything really significant about any significant differences between these. They're almost exactly identical. The red may be a little bit darker on the real pair than on the fake pair, but like I said, if you don't have both boxes next to each other, you're not going to be able to identify any differences like that. Over here, on the real pair, you have a little number on the very bottom on the back side of the box that it's actually in. The number on that writing right there is a lot whiter than the fake pair. So the fake pair, you can almost barely even see that, but on the real pair, it's a lot more contrasted. The white is a lot brighter. On the fake beats, you're not going to have a TM under the beat symbol. On the real beats, you do. So beware of that. Oh, and same with under Dre. So they did get the cover right. There is TM under both things on the cover. Under the studio, on the cover of the fake, they did put the TM right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little dot. This is the real pair. They do have them. But on the red box, which is on the box on the inside, it's not present. So beware of that. So yeah, that's about it for the boxes, though. Like I said, you're not going to be able to see a lot of differences. The real pair did come in a plastic around the actual carrying case. However, the fake pair did not. So that's one thing I noticed immediately as you open it. However, the carrying cases, I believe, are exactly the same. There's probably no differences, but we'll go into that later. The first thing, all right, well, here's another thing that many people will say is your first initial problem, is that in the real pair, that the real pair will come with a pair of Duracell batteries in a shrink wrap. However, when I received my fake pair, they also came with a shrink-wrapped pair of Duracells, which was very confusing and is actually why I went ahead and purchased them, because I heard that the fake pairs can't ship out with the pair of Duracell batteries. However, they actually can now for some reason, and so that should not be a deciding factor. Don't just see the battery and decide that it's okay to buy, because that's not the only thing you should be looking at anymore. So taking a quick look at the accessories, this is the fake pair. It came in a shrink wrapped. This is the airplane adapter. The real pair came in a Ziploc baggie. I read that and you can immediately tell that they're different. The real one has a little gold thing sticking out of it. The fake pair, on the other hand, does not.
And the pattern is different.
And the pattern is different. These are really different, actually. So you want to look for the Ziploc baggie, and I've also heard that the Ziploc baggie should not have a red line going across from it. That's another thing I've read on many reviews. So fake pair comes in shrink wrap, or doesn't come in shrink wrap at all, just comes basic. And the real pair comes in a Ziploc baggie. So that's first thing. Cords, I couldn't tell you the difference. They both look almost identical.
They feel the same.
I probably shouldn't have mixed them up like that.
You didn't.
Is that the right one?
Yep. I was paying attention.
The cords feel almost exactly the same. No differences really. Couldn't identify any significant differences. Yeah, I couldn't give you any main differences. The only thing that I could point out to you is that on on the fake pair, if you see right under this monster logo, you've got a thin red strip. On the real pair, there's actually no red underlining. On the real pair, there's actually no red underlining. It's a really dull red actually. This one is really bright. So I'll actually try to. So if you can see, this is the fake pair. This is the real pair. On the black cords, my black cord actually came broken for the fake pair. It came split at these ends, if you can see that. So that was an awesome indication that this was a knockoff. Otherwise, fake pair, real pair look identical. Cord quality, I would even say, is probably the same. They feel the same. Really no difference. They both come velcroed with this little velcro strap thing, but no differences in the cords, as other reviewers have mentioned. For the adapter, this is the real pair. It's got a red underlining. This is the fake pair. It does not have the red underlining. And just feeling them, I mean, even feeling them, the fake pair feels a lot lighter and cheaper made. Otherwise, they're identical. But yeah, the fake pair definitely feels a lot cheaper made. It's a lot lighter, but you wouldn't know that unless you were able to compare them. But do check for the red line. That's something I would watch out for. Alright, so opening up the little packet that came with all of this. This is the fake cloth. It came folded in the package like this, which is something I've heard reviewers say is a sign that it's fake. If it comes folded like this, I would presume it's fake, but they're both the same size. The top one is real, the bottom one is fake. There might be a little bit of different colors. The fake one might be a little bit brighter. You're not really... And the hem is a lot cheaper made, it looks like. It's not as are they gonna be able to see that?
Yeah.
It's not as finely sewn as
You can totally tell by how uneven that side is. This side.
Yeah. So if you see that the cloth is kind of uneven or sewn not too finely, then you're gonna wanna think that they might be fake.
This is thinner.
That's thinner. The fake one is also thinner. But the real one didn't come folded. It just came like this inside of this package. So watch out for that if it's folded. I mean, that's another sign that it could be fake. Quickly going through the things in the booklet, I found the fake one came with this. It's the quick start guide. With this Welcome to the World of Monster booklet, which tells you about Monster and the things they make and the Monster story, etc. And this, I'm thinking it's a warranty guide of some sort, or how to dispose of this. This is the fake one. The real one came with the same guide.
It's folded differently though.
It's folded differently, but you wouldn't really be able to tell that. The real one for this booklet is going to come with a...
That was with this.
And so is this. This booklet, the Beats by Dre booklet, is going to come with a little bit thicker of a cover. and the rest of the pages are going to be a lot thinner on the inside. So it's going to feel like poster board on the inside and then maybe magazine papers on the rest of the pages. However, on the fakes, you're getting the same quality of paper on every single page. So it feels like magazine pages all the way through. So that's another thing that you can identify to see if these are fake or not, is just a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner paper on the front cover. And it's not going to be different from the rest of the pages inside of the booklet. The reel came with this turn it up little booklet. It's basically got all of the Beats products, etc. So if it doesn't come with that, I mean, I'm not really sure that that's a deal breaker, because I don't know if they put in different paperwork with every with different, like, if they send them out through different, what am I trying to say here? So this is probably going to be updated. You might not always receive the same paperwork inside of your Beats by Dre box, but do keep in mind that, I'll just put it all this way, but do keep in mind that the new Beats by Dre that I just picked up did come with that, the real one at least. Really quickly, if you want to look, this is the fake.
Bigger too.
This is the fake, and this is the real one. The fake has a bigger start, and it's closer to the right side of it's closer to the opening of the pocket. The start over here is more so in the middle and farther away. You've got a lot of room right there, and it's also smaller font. So just keep that in mind. So this also came in the real one, but did not come in the fake one, and it's basically customer service numbers for if you have issues with your headphones. So keep that in mind. Like I said, they might update the paperwork that comes in these, so just be aware of that. But that was also in the new ones. That was not in the fake ones. So again, this is the fake. This is the real. The real came in a plastic wrapping, even around the case. This did not have any plastic wrapping around it. Opening them up are the headphones inside. The case, you can tell that the cases are a little bit different. Taking out the headphones really quick.
Can't really see on the camera.
No, oh, you can totally tell.
Oh, you can totally tell.
On the fake ones, on the inside of the case, you're gonna have like kind of a velvety feel to it on the fake ones. The real ones have a much more, I want to say it's cloth or canvas on the inside. You're not gonna be able to tell on the camera, but this case on the right is made out of a flimsier cloth. This is a little pocket right here. It's made out of a really flimsy material. And it feels thin, almost like, I want to say Under Armour thin. This, on the other hand, also feels Under Armour thin.
Still velvet.
Like I said, same, when you take out this little pocket thing right here, you've still got the same velvety feel on the inside of this case, which actually feels nicer than the canvas, I think, but that's an indicator that it's going to be fake, is that it's not going to be the same quality as the original authentic one. Otherwise, the cases are almost exactly identical. No really big differences. The real pair is gonna have a little bit more of a sheen when you bring it up to the light. It almost looks like there's glitter, like on the plastic. The fake ones are gonna have a lot more of a matte finish. So yeah, but again, you're not gonna be able to really tell that if you don't compare them side by side. Same on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So the actual headphones themselves both came with the sticker on top of the battery case, which is on this side. Immediately looking at them, you can't really tell any differences. They both look like they're made out of the same plastic. They both got the same sheen on them. What I noticed, my fake ones, the cloth on the inside of the right hand speaker is actually you can tell it wasn't professionally created because it's blown up a little bit. Unlike the left side, it's not as tight, so you can actually pinch this cloth, which is kind of weird. Um, but definitely not the same on this side. So yeah, that's clearly an error made by the manufacturer. Okay. So on the fake ones, if you were on the inside, it says studio right there, and then it says monster on the right side. On the other chrome or aluminum piece or whatever that is. If you take your fingernail to that, I don't know if you can hear this on the camera, but you can actually hear a rough kind of feel to the engravings on that. It's almost like it was brought up. If you do the same thing to the real pair, you can't hear it at all. It's like it's smooth. So that's something I would check out. Another thing that I checked out in reviews that wasn't actually true was that if a pair of headphones has the FCC, how to dispose of these headphones if you need it, it's written on the bottom of the right speaker right under the headphone. They both have that. That's not true. That's something I looked for when I bought these pairs, and that wasn't true, so that was misleading. It looks like the real pair is a little bit brighter of a beat. The word Beats is a little bit brighter font. You can't really tell. But the darker pair, which is on top right now, is a little bit darker. But like I said, you won't be able to determine that if you don't have both of them side by side. But if you do have a friend who has a pair of Beats and you're looking to buy some off of someone off Craigslist or eBay or whatever, and you want to check them out, I would definitely look into that. Okay. These in terms of build quality, the real ones are a lot. I feel like the plastic is a lot harder. The fake ones are a lot flimsier. It's almost like they're made out of thinner plastic or a plastic that isn't as firm. Otherwise, they're almost exactly identical. The battery case thing, definitely not true. The counterfeiters have gotten good. They've put the Dr. Dre signature and the serial code number on the inside, so that doesn't work anymore. You can't assume that since the Dr. Dre signature is on the inside. I've actually seen two pairs of fakes with that signature and the serial number on the inside. So don't make that your deciding factor. It's on both. Another thing I found on the fake ones is that the battery cover is a lot flimsier. I'll like hit it with my finger ever so slightly and it'll come off. So be careful with that because it would suck to have a fake pair of Beats by Dre and also have them have no battery cover for them. That would really blow. Then you'd really look like a tool. But I would say that the cushion on the real ones is a little bit thicker. But other than that, you're not going to really be able to tell any of these things without being able to compare them side by side. But do use the fingernail scratch, the fingernail test, because if you can feel it, they're probably fake because that's just not how that's not how Monster makes them. So here we are again. This is the fake pair. This is the real pair. I hope this review was helpful, and hopefully you don't get stuck in the same predicament that I was in. It really sucks spending over $200 on a pair of Beats Studios and having them be completely fake and not authentic. So yeah, I hope this review was helpful. If you're interested in buying Beats by Dre Studio Edition, if you want the real deal, it's a lot easier just to go to Best Buy and buy them. But if you're trying to get a better deal for pricing, definitely be aware of those kinds of things because the sound quality is definitely different. And you don't want to pay upwards of $200 for a pair of Beats that were made in China by someone who doesn't know anything about music. So, hope this review was helpful. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'd be more than happy to help you. But yeah, so have a good day, YouTube.